Hello everyone! Welcome to my first makeup video that I've posted. You don't want to know how many times I've tried to film this video but did not post, but this is the first one that's going to be posted, so that's great. Finally doing it. I think the one thing that probably inspired me to do this was this quarantine, so I figure since I'm just at home anyway, I might as well try my hand in filming another video, so here I am. So awesome. My name's Morgan. I love makeup. It is my favorite pastime, my hobby, some things that I like to collect. So I'm super excited to be doing this. I'm hoping this video turns out great and I actually post it, which I think I will. So this is big news. So this is a look I created today. My lights are a little bright, so I'll be working on fixing that. But it's kind of like a mauve-y, pinkish, brownish look with some glitter thrown in. So I'm excited about how it turned out. I think it looks super cute, super pretty, super flirty and soft besides the glitter. I used a few new products in this video. I got a few new Profusion items that I used. I have a new blush duo that I used, and also a new bronzer. So we're kind of just starting hot right off the bat, and I'm trying some new things that I've just bought for the first time and putting that in a video for you guys. We're also using some old favorites that I'll talk about, so should be a good video. If you do end up liking it, go ahead and I'll do the cliche thing and, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, you can do that too. No pressure, but why not? I think you should do it. If you hear any pitter patter or any noises throughout the video, I do have my puppers in here with me. He is sitting in that chair right there. You can't see him right now, but he's in there. So if you hear any feet, it's probably going to be him. So sorry about that in advance. He likes to wander. And without further ado, I don't think I have anything else to add. Let's go ahead and get into this. So I'll see y'all at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to go ahead and apply the eyeshadow. I usually do my eyeshadow first, so we'll just kind of follow that same format. So today I'm going to be using a mixture of a few different new things that I have. So the first thing I have is this Profusion Mauves palette. Let me open it for you. This is what it looks like. The colors are kind of washed out because of my lighting, but it's very mauve-y, pinky toned. So we're going to use this today. And then I also might mix in some pressed glitters from Profusion. This is the Ruby Gems pressed glitters. So we're also going to try these out with the look. So that's what we have for the eyes. So let's just go ahead and jump into that. So first I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with concealer. So the concealer I use is ColourPop today, I guess, because I am not partial to just one. But so the concealer I'm going to go on with today is the concealer from ColourPop, the No Filter. This is in the shade Dark 40. And I am just going to go ahead and grab a mirror, and I'm going to just apply the concealer to the eyes here. And I tend to use a concealer that's a little bit lighter than my normal skin tone, just to help the colors pop out just a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a concealer brush, or just a fluffy brush like this. This is a IT Cosmetics concealer brush. And I am going to just blend that in with the brush. And again, it's slightly lighter than my complexion, just to kind of help the colors on the eyeshadow palette pop just a little bit better. But if you're looking for like a more natural look, I guess you could just use a concealer that's more close to your skin tone. So whichever you prefer in that case. So now that I have that, you can either choose to set your concealer or not. I'll go ahead and set mine for today. I find that it helps eyeshadow blend a little bit better, but honestly, you don't have to. There's really no true difference, I guess. It's just more of like a personal preference in this case. So I'm just going to go ahead and set the eye. Okay. Okay, so now that we have that set, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. So I think what I'm gonna do is kind of start from lightest to darkest, and the transition color that I'm looking at the moment is gonna be this shade right here called Lovely. Now again, my lights are making it look super light than it is, but it's kind of like a light mauve-y pinky tone, and we're gonna go ahead and go with that one as our transition shade today. And I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush. This is a BH Cosmetics brush from the It's My Ray Ray collection. This is the number 6, and it's just a fluffy crease brush. So again, just dipping into this lovely shade here. And as you can see, there's a little bit of kick up there. To me, that's not a big deal breaker. I do kind of wish the palette had a mirror now that I'm having to use a handheld mirror, but also not a deal breaker. And again, the point of a transition shade is, so it's usually going to be your skin tone shade or a little bit lighter. And transition shades just help the other shades blend. It just gives the other shades something to blend into. And that's why I always start with a transition shade. And then my eyes are a little bit hooded, as you can tell. So I usually try to keep my eyes open when applying my crease and transition shade. And this is, just so you know, this is the third layer of color I'm going to be putting on the eyes today. And again, I don't think that you could probably notice too much of it, but that's kind of the point. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. Yeah, and I just want to show y'all, this is the kick up that I'm getting in the pan, so quite a bit. Again, we use this shade Lovely right here, so quite a bit of kick up. I'm just going to go ahead and blow that off so we can go to the next shade. I think the crease shade that I'm going to actually use today, I think I'm going to go in with the shade Explode. That's this one right here. And I'm just going to use the same crease brush that we used for the shade Lovely. And we're going to apply that a little bit lower than where we applied our transition shade. So far though, I'm liking the pigment of the palettes. It does take a little bit to build up, so I think that would make it be pretty good for beginners because it's not super pigmented straight up front, so you're able to easily build the color instead of just starting out with a lot, you know? So it's a good palette for that. And we're just working that into the crease and then moving it up as we have less on the brush. And then I also think that I want to take this color into my outer V area right here. So again, just using the same brush, I'm going to go ahead and take, well, we'll switch brushes. I think I'm actually going to go in with the JH33 brush. So it's kind of flatter on the sides, but then it's also like a fluffier crease brush, so it works good for the outer V for placing the shadow and then blending it. And I'm going to go ahead and take that same shade Explode that we were using in the crease, and I'm going to pat that on the outer corner of the eye first. And then we'll go ahead and blend that into the crease again. So it's a pat, and then once you have most of the shadow off your eye, go ahead and blend into the crease. And then we'll just go ahead and do the same thing with the other eye. Does anybody else feel weird putting on makeup? I haven't worn makeup in about 3 weeks now because of the whole quarantine situation, so this feels extremely weird for me to be doing this right now. And then especially since it's like 7 o'clock at night and I am going nowhere, obviously, after this. So be interested to hear how y'all are coping, or if you're putting on makeup and pretending as if everything's normal and you're still putting on your makeup and doing your hair in the morning and getting ready, or if you're just kind of hanging out and chilling. I'd be curious because I'm slightly on the struggle bus with this. So now I'm going to go in to deepen up the outer corner. I'm going to go in with the shade Ballad right here, and I'm just taking a smudger brush like this. This was from an old Ashley Tisdale set that she did with BH Cosmetics. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that and use that to deepen up the outer corner here. And hopefully it does a good job with deepening. If not, we'll go ahead and go in with like a deeper brown shade. I actually like the way that that deepened up the outer corner. It's still kind of like monochromatic in theme with the mauves, but it's deep enough to create dimension on the outer V here. And so with that, I'm just going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill brush that we used for the Explode shade on the outer V, and I'm just going to blend the crease out just a little bit. Okay, so now what we want to do is go in with a lid shade. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm kind of liking this Ooh La La shade right here in the middle. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of a light pinkish, like sparkly looking color. So I think that's what I'm going to go in with. And I'm just going to use my finger for this because I find that my fingers work best in shimmer shades. So we're just going to use what I know. And I'm just taking it on my finger like this, and we're going to go ahead and apply it all over the lid. I think that's pretty. Also, do you guys have any shows that like you're binging at the moment? Because I mean, I've watched a bunch of shows on Netflix and I'm kind of running out of stuff to watch. So if you have any sort of suggestions, that would be nice too, because I've definitely run out of things to watch. So then just going back in with the original crease brush that we use, I'm just going to kind of go over the crease just to blend out that Ooh La La shade that we just laid down. And then I think we're going to go ahead and try our hand in a glitter, because why not? So again, I'm jumping into the Ruby Gems 5 shade glitter palette, and I think the best one to jump into is going to be this first one. These do not have names, so it's just going to be this glitter right here, and going to use my finger for this one as well. So, and it says that you shouldn't need a base with these, so, or like a glitter glue. So I guess we'll see if that holds true. So far they appear to be sticking. They are bigger chunks of glitter. I feel like you can probably tell that in the camera. As far as like pressed glitter formulas right now, I would say that Tati's Textured Neutral palette, Volume 1, is definitely in the running for first place of pressed glitters right now, but you can tell the difference between both eyes. This kind of amps it up quite a bit, and this is more of like a daytime, work time look. So we're gonna go ahead and put the glitter on the other eye too, just to be the same. And I know a lot of people aren't really for pressed glitters, but I quite like them actually. I think that they're pretty and they kind of glam up a look and make it look pretty and even more girly and all that. So love that. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do. I think right now I just want to take more of the Explode shade, which was the one we used in the crease and outer V. I'm going to go ahead and take that again and just kind of blend that into the glitter a little bit more, just to make it look a little bit more cohesive. Okay, so that's the eye look so far. Not hating it, not loving it, but everything always comes together in the end once you have your full face and your mascara on. So we'll kind of just keep going as I keep applying glitter. That looks better. Okay, but yeah, everything kind of comes together once you get everything on. So we'll just go ahead and keep on trekking and see how we feel at the end. So next what we're going to do is go ahead and apply an eyeliner. So I love pencil liners, and in this case we're going to be using the newish Fenty Beauty pencil liners. So this is the brown one, the matte brown in the shade in Big Truffle. So it's just the brown shade. I've actually really been liking these, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the brown to the lower lash line, and I'll be right back. Okay, and then I also tried to remove as much as the glitter, so that's what the liner looks like up close. Really pretty. It's softer than like a harsh black liner, so that's why I like the brown. So today I'm going to be using two mascaras. It just changed my mind as to what I wanted to use. So the first one we're going to be using is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is a cult favorite. And sorry if you can see my dog's tail somewhere right there. He's in here hanging out with me today. So this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And then we also have the Essence Lash Princess Volume Mascara. Love this. So I think I'm going to start out with the Essence one first and do a layer of that. And then we'll go in with the Better Than Sex. So this is what the wand looks like. For the Essence one, it's kind of curvy and should help create curl and volume in your lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that here real quick. Okay, so now that I have that one applied, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara just over top. And honestly, I don't know why, but I love mixing mascaras, so that's probably something that you will see me do often, as I love to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply a layer of this. Okay, so that's what the eyes look like with mascara. I'm not going to put on any falsies today. I kind of like how this look with just my lashes. And so yeah, so then that means we get to go ahead and jump into the face. So with the face, the first thing is primer, of course, if you are a primer gal, so I am. And I use, again, a combination of two different primers, just depending on how I'm feeling that particular day. But usually I'll always use this one. So this is the Tarte Timeless Soothing Primer Base. This is what it looks like. It's kind of like a putty, thick moisturizer texture. Now I use this really only where I have pores. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put those on my cheeks here and on the nose area. And then just kind of blend that out, and that helps blend out any sort of pores that you might have. And then I'm also going to go ahead today and go in with the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Primer from ColourPop. That's what this one looks like. And we're going to go ahead in this one. So this one is a hydrating one because it has the hyaluronic acid in there. So I do actually like this one because I do have more dry skin. I do sometimes use mattifying products and primers if I want my face to be matte, but if I do that, I just use a really good moisturizer underneath. So, but I really do enjoy this hydrating one from ColourPop. Okay, so while I'm letting that stick in, we're gonna go ahead and do the eyebrows next while I'm waiting for my base to kind of stick in and stick in place. So for eyebrows, I generally use a powder, and the powder I use is the Brow Powder Duo. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in the shade Ash Brown. Clearly love this. I've hit pan in the darker shade, so I use that one on the outer tail of the eyebrow, and then the lighter shade I will use that one towards the front. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. It's a pretty quick and simple routine. I don't like to spend a lot of time on my brows because it's kind of, well, one, they're kind of already full, and it's just one of my least favorite parts of my makeup routine. I actually think it is my least favorite if I really sit down and think about it. Do y'all have a least favorite part of your routine? Like, I know some people really love eyeshadow, and I think that I would say that that's probably my favorite part as well. Second, I would say like face products, as in like bronzer, highlighter, and blush. I'm not a huge fan of the base like foundation, but thoroughly enjoy putting on the bronzer and the face products. And I think that's all we're going to do with the brows. So now my face is feeling pretty good. I feel like it has soaked up the primer. So now we'll go ahead and get into face products. So today, a newer foundation to me, but I've been loving since I've gotten it, is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define foundation and the concealer. I know I'm late to the game on this, but I really like them. So I'm happy I'm in the game finally. But so I have the foundation shade F13, and then the concealer shade I have C12.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the foundation on. I like it. I know I like it, and it lasts long. It has good coverage. It's not super cakey, and I thoroughly enjoy putting this on and using it. So today I am going to go ahead and use a foundation brush for this. So I'm going to be using the Love is the Foundation brush by IT Cosmetics. This was one of the older releases of this brush, so I want to say maybe like the first or second year that they did this brush, that's when I bought it. Also, excuse my sniffles. I don't know if anybody else struggles with like allergies during allergy season, but let me tell you, even being quarantined in this house, somehow the allergies have come inside the house and I'm still dealing with it. So sorry about that. Hopefully allergy season will be over soon, but honestly, does it ever truly end, I guess would be the real question. So you see how this just blends seamlessly into the skin? Like you can't tell where my skin ends and the foundation begins, and that's why I love this. It's like my skin but better, and it's not cakey, it's not building up wrong, it blends well, it looks seamless, and I thoroughly enjoy putting this on my face. So then the next step is going to actually be concealer, of course. So we're using C12.5. Now I don't like a super bright under eye, that's just my preference, so I use something a little bit darker than what someone might normally use for highlighting under the eye of my skin tone. So this is what I use here. I also don't, this is like quite, I don't know why I just put that much on. You know what? When in quarantine, just do whatever you feel like it, because I'm not going anywhere. So as you can see, this is pretty close to my own complexion. I also don't highlight or anything like that down the face. That's probably the incorrect thing to do, given like given symmetry. You probably need some sort of symmetry down the middle of the face, but I don't usually highlight my nose like that, so I'm not going to do that today. And I'm just going to take this damp beauty sponge. This is actually from a Luxie set that I got in my BoxyCharm, so I've been thoroughly enjoying this since I was doing my makeup before this quarantine happened, but I was using it every day at that point, and I really do enjoy using it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and blend in my concealer. Okay, so that's the concealer. I mean, it is brightening, like my face looks brighter in my little viewfinder here, so love that. Now for the under eye powder, I do use a powder. I don't bake, but I do set. And for my powder, I use my Fenty Beauty powder. This is in the shade Honey. So I think for the 300 shade range in her foundation, this is the highlighting or brightening powder for that range. And so I'm in the 300 range for her, so that's why I use this one. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my mirror here and just kind of set the under eye there. And honestly, glitter is all over my face. I don't know if you can tell, but glitter is everywhere. So keep that in mind with the glitter. maybe it might work better if you did end up using a wet base or a glitter glue, so just keep that in mind. I probably might do something like that next time, but I just wanted to try it out for itself since it says that, you know, you shouldn't need that. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and go into face powder. So for face powder, I'm going to be using a different one. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. This is the translucent caramelized peach. So this is actually the deeper version of the original translucent peach. And I use this one to set the rest of my face. And to do that, I'm just going to use a big fluffy powder brush. This is the It Cosmetics 211 brush. This is the all over powder. Love this brush. I got it from Ulta. Would recommend. It's so luxe and pretty. And so now we're all set with powder. So I'm feeling good about how my base is looking. I kind of like how my eyebrows are looking. So everything's starting to come together. Just a few more steps here and we will be on our way. The first one, of course, is bronzer. So I have this new Morphe bronzer in the shade Trailblazer. This is a face and body bronzer. We're gonna see if this shows up on my face today. I'm in the market for a new bronzer, so I'm kind of just trying out different ones, and I'm actually hoping that this one does work out for me. So let's go ahead and swirl our brush in there. I'm using my Too Faced Mr. Perfect brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that to the cheekbone area. It's definitely a pretty color. I think I might have to work on building it up just a bit, but I do feel a little bit bronzed using this. All right, so I actually like this. Cool. We're gonna keep trying this out for sure. It doesn't look terrible, so happy about that. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and go in with highlight. So I have been loving this product so much, and it was just on the 21 Days of Beauty for Ulta, so I hope some of you were able to pick this up. But this is the Nabla Skin Glazing Highlight. Mine is in the shade Lucent Jungle, and it's this pretty golden highlight. Now, it doesn't really match this eye look, but I just wanted to use this because it's my favorite highlighter at the moment, so this is what I'm going to be using. And I do my highlighter before blush, so we're gonna go ahead and take this BH Cosmetics, it's my Ray Ray number 5 brush. This is the highlighting brush that came in that palette, and we are just going to apply this to the high points of the face. And I love it. Again, my lights are way too bright in here, so I'm still going to be working on this particular setup, but this is what we're working with for my first video. And honestly, it's so pretty, and it's not glittery, it's not too much. Like, you can wear this to work and be fine. Like, it's like, you see that on my nose? Crazy. That is a crazy highlight, and I love every second of it. If I could bathe in this and be glittery for the rest of my life, I would probably do that. Those types of things I should probably not say out loud. But I do love it. I'm just going to tone it down just a little bit. I'm just going over using my beauty sponge that I used earlier. But would highly recommend this. They have, I think, like maybe 4 or 5 different shades of this, so everybody can find something that works for them. Definitely enjoy this. Would recommend 1000% for sure. And then the next face product that I have to try out is new. I just bought it. I'm not even sure if it's deep enough to work for me, but I kind of want to support smaller YouTubers. So this is the Ofra and Samantha March collaboration that she just came out with. This is the blush duo, and it's called Chicklet. This is what it looks like. So there is a matte blush side and then a highlighter side, if you can tell. This is really pretty. So I think I might be able to use this blush side. I feel like it goes great with the mauve look, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. And I don't know if I should, maybe I'll try to mix the two. Very powdery, so be careful when dipping into this. And we're gonna go ahead and grab a mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. and blush this on. So y'all probably can't see it. So it is a very light blush. However, what I will say is that it is very pretty. If you want to wear this blush, I probably could have did this blush without a highlight and that would have been gorgeous. It does give me a small pink tint and I wish y'all could see it, but just the lighting's not going to allow it. But it's very subtle pink for my particular skin tone and I actually like that. Okay, so that's what the face is looking like. I'm not gonna lie, kind of like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my first round of setting. So just to help the powder melt into my skin, I'm gonna go ahead and use my continuous setting mist from Morphe. This was the holiday collection, that's why it has that special packaging. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this to kind of help the powder melt down into my skin. That was a lot. And so what I'm gonna do now is just take the sponge that I was using and just kind of set everything, push everything down, all the powder down into my skin and help it melt. Now, I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Morphe at this particular moment, given everything that's going on with the new, or with the older Jaclyn Hill palette and the formula changing and all of that. But what I will say, one product that I do enjoy from them is this, because I feel like it helps not only set your makeup, but it definitely helps the powder seep in a little bit and helps your look less cakey. So I would recommend that powder, and it's such a soft mist. It's great and it feels great, and I never want to stop spraying it when I'm using it. So next we're gonna go ahead and do lips. I think that's the last step here. So for lips today, I'm gonna be using a mixture of ColourPop products. The first one is going to be their Lippy Pencil. This is in the shade BFF number 3. So it's just a super dark, not super dark because there's a BFF 4 now, which I also love, but this one is just a dark toned brown shade for a liner. And then I'm also gonna go in with I believe this is a Luxe liquid lip. Obviously it's not liquid, it's in a tube. This is the Luxe lipstick formula. It's not liquid, it's a lipstick, and it's Luxe, and it's called Come On Sis. This was the collaboration with Makeup Shayla when she came out with her Perception palette, I believe. So gonna be using a mixture of those two today. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by lining my lips with the BFF number 3 pencil. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I can't talk while I'm doing this, so super sorry about that. So Come On Sis is kind of a mauve-y pink shade, which I figured would go perfect with this look. It's definitely mauvier, deeper pink. So I just figured we'll go ahead and use this today, and I'm just gonna apply this to the center of the lips here. Kind of do one of these mixing situations. I actually really love that lip combo, not gonna lie. I think that looks really pretty with the look. And since there's glitter on the eyes, we should probably add some pizzazz also to the lips. So I'm going to go ahead and take another ColourPop product. This is the Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Feedback. It's super pink. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take that and go on top of the lipstick that I just applied, just to make it a little bit more glossy. And so yeah, this is the look. I think it came out pretty good. I guess I'll kind of talk about how I'm feeling. So the palette, the eyeshadow palette, I like it. It is a little bit powdery, so that could be annoying, I'm sure, for some of you. I wish this Ooh La La shade that I originally put down was a little bit more opaque and less of a topper, but I feel like if I were to maybe use some sort of wet concealer, like if I would have relayed the concealer down, it might have stuck a little bit better. So it's just about experimenting and playing around to figure out what works best usually. So I'll continue to play around with this a lot. I do like the color scheme. I genuinely like Profusion Cosmetics formula. This one seems though a little bit different from their bigger pan form eyeshadow palettes like the Wanderlust and Siennas. Really love those formulas. This one seems a little bit different from those, but I can't be 100% sure, but I do still like this formula. My palette's definitely dirty now and it's definitely powdery, but also not a deal breaker for me. So just keep that in mind if you were thinking about going after these. And obviously that's probably one of the only new things I use besides this Ofra blush duo with Samantha March. I enjoy Samantha March's videos, so I wanted to support her with this. I do actually like this blush. Now it's very subtle on my skin tone, so unfortunately I don't know if anyone too much deeper than my complexion could pull this, like could wear it, or if it would even show up, because honestly it barely shows up on me, but I kind of like that blush look. So I feel like if you're maybe my complexion, a little bit deeper and then lighter, of course this might be a good blush for you. I wish, and obviously she's going to create products that work for her, so it would make sense that it would be something like this shade. So it's unfortunate that my deeper tone beauties might not be able to try this or might not like it just because it's too light, but you could always use it as an eyeshadow if you still wanted to support her and buy it. But I do like this because I like a subtle blush, so I'm not mad at the fact that the blush is more subtle on me, if that makes sense. So do like it. I do like to mix it, and I think it gave me a nice sheen, of course, that you can't quite see because my lights are too bright, but do like this for sure. The Morphe bronzer, we're still going to be working on this. I think it looks a little bit muddy, but in person it doesn't. On camera it does just a little bit, so I'll keep playing around with this. I do like the shade. It's not as red as the other bronzer that I was using, so I do enjoy that, and I will continue to use this and play with it. That was all the new, oh, just kidding, the glitters. I don't know how I feel about the glitters, honestly. I know glitters will be glitter, and glitter is going to get on your face when you put it on your eye. I would say, even though it says that you technically don't need a base, definitely use a base for this. I just wanted to try to see how it works out, and the glitter is pretty. Like, the glitter looks pretty on. It looks pretty wet and like metallic, so I do like it. I just might use a base next time, but I'm not knocking them. It's up to you. So I think that's it. Everything else I love and have tried over and over. So this is the final look. I think the last thing we need to do that I just remembered I forgot is set the rest of my face, or set my face for the second time this video, and we're going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter. Again, I'm going absolutely nowhere. I'm moving from here to the couch, but I think it still needs to last until I go to sleep in about 3 hours. So we're gonna go ahead and set with the Urban Decay All Nighter. So great, I think that was it for my first makeup video. Super excited, glad you all joined and are watching this, and hoping and praying everybody's okay and doing well. I am super stressed out about this quarantine, but I think we'll get through it together, and I don't know, just keep hoping that one day we'll wake up and be like, oh, it's okay to go outside again. And also I'd be curious to know, once this is over, what's going to be the first place that you go to. I'm thinking food. Like, I'm trying to think of a food restaurant that I would go to around here, because that's probably where you'll find me as soon as this is over. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in my next one coming up very soon, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.